Hello, sorry everyone, I was late tonight for tonight's show, Karen. Sure, I apologize for that. Some family issues arise, and had to deal with those real quick before the show. So if you're showing up, thank you so much. And if you can't use that link I sent you, and just let me know. I will send you a new link. It may not work due to. Hello, sorry everyone, I was late tonight for due to how backed up I am. I do apologize. I'll just go ahead and send you a new link if you're trying to be part of the show. We have a lot of amazing talent going to be on the show tonight, but that's not all what the show is about. This is a reach out program that I'm trying to do. We have other hosts that will be helping with this very soon. So yeah, I apologize I'm late. And it's happened once before, but thank you guys so much for your patience. Thank you for tuning in. If your links do not work, know that I will definitely try to help you get through that. I will send you new links to be a part of the show. You should be able just to pop in on this show. So definitely try your links. So what today's show is, if you're new, is I'm DJ Shadow. This is Breaking the Mold X. We try to help everyone who has talent or a gift to be seen by the world, and then just a lot of networking. But today's show is about how we can have people relate to our stories, and life's not always that great. But there is silver linings, and it's just really hard to see for some people. And then I used to also be an addict. So I understand where a lot of people are coming from, especially with COVID-19. You can't do what you usually used to be able to keep your mind busy. So, like I said, at any time that somebody wants to come on the show with us, I'm actually going to go ahead and drop the link. If you would like to talk to me here on our show and be a part of it and have us hear a story. So I'm going to go ahead and drop that link for you. You won't be judged. We're just here to give you anybody who wants moral support. So actually feel free to share that. While I finish getting the show up and going all the way, I'm going to go ahead and play a good song by an amazing artist. This is P-Sap, and this is his song, Here We Go Again. And then when I come back, when I start talking after this song, it'll be... I'll tell you about our sponsors and what's going on, and then hopefully we'll get the other special guests that I invited tonight on the show tonight. So this is P-Sap with Here You Go
Here we go again. Said you was my friend, said you be to the end. Here we go again, here we go again. Learn to the place, learn from mistakes. Here we go again, here we go again. Climb every place, so fast, take a chase. Here we go again, here we go again. Another cup of gin, make the world spin. Top of the bottle, move a little pin. Something falling, is this how life is? Please don't forgive me for I don't know when I say it. Teach me how to fish, keep those fishing in. Always take it back, working, I just can't win. Tomorrow will be great, it's never too late. So when my feelings say, said it's me against the fate. I can't erase, say I'm gonna pay. Just listen to what I say. It's another sin, I need another sin. Here we go again, here we go again. Said you was my friend, said you be to the end. Here we go again, here we go again. Learn to the place, learn from mistakes. Here we go again. Pulling every place, all fast, paper chase. Here we go again, here we go again. Standing in the back just to see you. Feeling so straight, now you're mad with purple tops. Now you're saying, baby, this is what you call the heat. Man, for you, man, not dead, my soul. coffee, yeah, wasted. Level up the radio stations, stacking up with paper chasing. So I sip to the swirl, to the pain is my words, to the slur in my word, a blur in my world. It's the truth, it's my word. It's a medicine, I need a medicine. Here we go again, here we go again. Said you was my friend, said you needed to the end. Here we go again, here we go again. Lying to the face, read from mistakes. Here we go again, here we go again. Put them in their place, all facts, subjects. Here we go again, here we go again.
So can you hear me good tonight? Oh, she froze. So if you don't know, that is Brittany. She's actually modeling talent. Can you hear me good today?
Yeah, and I'm not froze. I was just over on a different screen trying to share it to get people to come in.
Okay, yeah, so paused your live feed. I get it. Sorry I was late. There were some family issues. But that's all taken care of now.
That always comes first.
So, yeah, I was kind of getting worried. But at least I wasn't like dramatically late like the last time. So, if anybody's tuning in, I dropped that link inside. Actually on the comment bar for anybody who wants to join in and be a part of the show. I know we still have Tamara who's going to be coming on with us, and then we're going to do what we did like the last time, and each one of us will get a chance to like share our story for somebody to relate to. We are actually live over here on Instagram. Yeah, we have our top model for the underground, the whole goth scene, because you're my unleashing the best queen. And then I've been picking random people for the underground because like they have the whole goth scene going on. So I'm trying to give everyone a shot at that. So
Completely understandable.
So everyone a slot chance. So definitely keep sharing this. I'm sorry I'm late. Once again, I'm DJ Shadow, and this is Breaking the Molds Care and Share Show. We'll be playing amazing music, but at any time that somebody wants to jump onto the live feed and just talk about what's wrong with them, or if we know resources that can help them, I can do that as well. Nobody will judge you from my cast or who's the special guest coming on the show. They've all have their own struggles, and some are still struggling. And then so we're just here for more support, and anything, if you need a vent, that's what we're here for. But at the same time, we get to listen to amazing music by amazing artists, and just the beginning of the show. So I'm gonna go ahead and play another song. But like I said, talk about our sponsors. Brutal Business Entertainment is our sponsor. They do everything that has to do pretty much with the entertainment business, from music to modeling to wrestling. They do a whole bunch of other stuff, and they're just amazing people to work with, amazing people to have as a sponsor. We're also sponsored by 9 Stitch Method. The main singer of 9 Stitch Method is a phenomenal person. When he says he's going to help you and he believes in what you're doing, he does. It's just phenomenal that he chose to Breaking the Mold X to reach out to. So we're just grateful for him, and then we're grateful for like the owner of First Angel Media. They've helped dramatically up our game on what we're trying to do. Always trying to be professional. So yeah, go ahead and feel free to share this as a family night. There will be some offensive language here and there. There will be some offensive music. We also do song requests as well, so feel free to ask for a song. The only thing that we don't tolerate is if somebody's on trying to tell their story and somebody's trying to judge them like it's their right. I will ban you from my station. I have the ability to do that, and I don't need a fan that's going to bash down other people's dreams and problems. This is the show to help everyone. Every show we have, all my hosts agree to this. If we have somebody downing somebody, especially a guest or somebody who's trying to tell the story, they will be just totally banned from any of our pages because we're about promoting humanity. We're about promoting being well and building humanity, not tearing it down. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some more music, and while everyone I know is still sharing, so feel free to go ahead and get in on our conversations. I just want you to know that no matter how big we get, who you are or where you're from, we're here for you. We have a lot of special talent coming on tonight with us that are for anything from models to music. The two special guests that you'll see the most is Brittany Bish and Tamara Renee as soon as she can. But that link I dropped there that to the StreamYard, if you're on a phone, let it go through your Google Chrome. Just click on it and you'll come up in our back room, and then I will add you to the show, and we'll do a meet and greet. You get or you want to talk about your story, go ahead. If you want to talk about what you're trying to do, even do a shout out or a request live, I take those as well. We would like to see the fans get more interactive on this, and this show, every show we built, we want the fans to feel like they are a part of it and have some type of control. So that's why this is truly what Breaking the Mold is all about. It's about connecting everyone, and not just the talent. This is a place for everyone to come and feel comfortable, with no judgment of harsh scene at all. I'm just finishing up my part. I do apologize. This show is normally at 8 p.m. Due to a family issue. This is true. We're Breaking the Mold all about. It's about connecting everyone. So I apologize. This is a place for there is. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I had a cousin pass away from overdose today. Of heroin.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. The family was devastated. His 8-year-old child found him in the bathroom dead. So that's what I was doing today.
When I had that happen, it hiding children from that in general, and especially finding it, like, that's God. I'm so sorry.
I
didn't mean.
I'm more pissed off.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're good. I'm more like upset about it than anything, and I get that. I was a heroin addict, but I never ever let it get to the point where my kids were less than what I needed. So
same.
Some people can't get that concept. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder for them to do because they're a lot deeper in the game. As some people put it. So I'm not casting judgment. I just know I'm aggravated because he had people to talk to you. We were giving him resources. I never gave up on him how deep he got, and he just went off the edge.
It's unfortunate.
And the bad thing is, like, he didn't even have a bad life. He had perfect. He was the famous kid in school. Perfect parents. He got everything he ever wanted. Never in trouble. He had a good job. Great wife. Joined the army. Came back from the army. And then when he came back from the army is when he was hooked. So,
yeah, I could imagine.
Because I hear over there it's a lot easier to get drugs than it would be in prison. So, and a lot of it, there's a way that I was explained there. There's some days where the pain is so bad from training and stuff that some of the meds there, they end up letting certain people abuse different medication, which then develops into a habit. They come home, they look like everything's okay, but truly they're not. So it's just sad to see that even somebody who has it all is so easily willing to give it away, and let something control them. And I can purposely say I can cast judgment because he had the resources. We were here for him every day. We constantly were forgiving. We never gave up, and so he gave up.
Yeah.
And we don't want you to believe, even if you're having this problem right now with some type of drug abuse, know that you don't have to give up. There are groups, resources. There's things in order to make sure you're not alone, even if you think you are alone. Um, being, it's truly sad that people think they are alone. When it's like a disease, and this disease has no shame on what color, what background, how perfect your life is, how much money you have. Once you got the disease, it's kind of hard to get rid of, and it's killing everyone. Not as bad as COVID is now, but it was. We were having, everyone was dying of fentanyl.
Yeah, I got lucky there a few times that I didn't. I mean, I've never overdosed, but I've had my fair play with it.
So, if you're joining in, this is Breaking the Mold, and this is our show, Karen Share. It's actually 16 minutes late, so I do apologize. What we talk about on the show is like past experiences. I just explained why I was late. We're going to play one more song actually by our sponsor, Nine Stitch Method, which is amazing people to hear and also get to know. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, Britt, and then I'm going to go ahead and let some more people know that we go ahead and share this out, and we'll officially starting the show. Also, do not forget that link that's in the comments. If you want to become a part of the show and speak about your life and what's going on or something to relate, feel free to click on it. Make sure it loads through your Google Chrome, and especially if you're on a phone, and we will talk to you. We don't want this. This is open arms from us here at Breaking the Mold. Open arms from Brittany. At the end, we will let you know all the different places to get a hold of us. I'll be sharing some counseling things on our Facebook page, YouTube page, and Twitch. Because suicide doesn't always have to deal with drugs. Depression, there's a lot of mental illnesses. And then with COVID happening, everything that a lot of people did to keep their mind busy and not to think is now gone or forbidden, or it's not safe. And then on top of, if you're already not a people person, this was like the worst thing that happened. Now you really can't go around people. So it makes it even more unhealthy.
Yeah, it does.
So we're going to have a great show tonight, and I appreciate everyone for showing up. Will Breaking is filling me in. If anybody's going to be saying he started at one of his our shows over in a different group. I thank him so much for that. He always fills me in on what's going on. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play Nine Stitch Method. Let everyone catch up, start sharing. Thank you for joining me tonight. Sorry about being late. And actually, you guys, she's the one that told me I was late. So if it wasn't for her, I probably would have been later. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, it's no problem.
So this is Nine Stitch Method with their song Sleep. So yeah, that was Nine Stitch Method with their song "Sleep." Phenomenal music. Great sponsors. Hopefully one day we'll actually have them on one of the undergrounds for an interview as soon as I can. I'm actually trying to see if I can get everybody from Brutal Business for one day soon for just make one whole underground show about Brutal Business and everyone get a chance to see each and every single person from there. But that's still in the making. So once again, if you're just tuning in, this show is called Karen Share. My name is DJ Shadow. We welcome you to the show. If there's something you want wrong in your life and you just need to talk to us, feel free to click on that link for StreamYard. We will bring you up. Even if not, comment us. Comment on there. If you want to have a private conversation, you're going to have to either write us over here on Instagram. We actually have Sepsis live on our live feed on Instagram. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
What's just kind of funny because I was just about to start to play their music so I can make sure everybody's up to par. They have good timing. Amazing music. Also, if you have depression and you're feeling down and you don't feel like you're worth humanity, please stop and listen to a Sepsis song. Their music, especially with hearing Melissa's voice and the way the band matches together, and then watch them on their live feeds and how they treat people, no lesser than like if you're just standing in front of them, is amazing. They're always about building humanity as well instead of tearing it apart. So while I step away, I'm going to go ahead and play one of their songs. This is the Songs in Quarantine, and this is More Than Before by Sepsis. So yeah, that was Sepsis with one of their songs from In Quarantine. That was More Than Before. The next song that we're actually going to listen to before we start more of the show is another song by Sepsis, and this is No String Attached. This is another song they actually did in quarantine. Just listen to how meaningful the lyrics are to this, how they grasp you, how they make you feel. Don't look at this just like any other song. I think that if you actually like felt how they're feeling, and that you can actually tell how amazing they are, how each individual added to this, and I love it. So here you go, No Strings Attached by Sepsis.
You can be my shooting star, the sky watching fall. It's funny how the moonlight stays at the fall. You're always wanting me, my game is simple. My heart won't be last one. I can promise you to make you feel in control. I can obviously make you real. Fall in love with tragic things. Do what you won't forget. Fall apart with perfect dreams. I'll pick up the pieces of the end. Tell you things that you believe.
So yeah, that was Sepsis with their songs "No Strings Attached." That's just phenomenal how they made that sound. Um, so much emotion goes into their music, so that's why, like any musician, that's why I tried to show them so much respect because I know that it's raw emotion 90% of the time, and that's going into what they make. So I really appreciate every artist that comes to us, but Sepsis. I think they would do good like on MTV, just when they're going doing those acapella stuff. I think they would be amazing on that, and hopefully that happens for them soon in the future, um, where they do just a whole acoustic set online, or someone sponsor that. I think that would be an amazing show. I think also who would also be good for that was Nine Stitch Method. They do some of their stuff. Acoustic. I think a lot of people would like a lot of their songs too, as well. So they do phenomenal. Both bands are great sponsors for Breaking the Mold. So somebody's trying to write me. I don't understand why. So, so I don't answer it. So I guess like Tangi's gonna either probably still at work or she might be waiting until 9 o'clock because that's my fault. But like I said, anybody wants to join the show, if you're on a watch party, the only watch party I can have being told to me what's being said is Will Breakings over and on his Facebook. So
Can I host one? Like, how does that work?
I could talk to you about that one by me and yourself, and then
Okay.
and then I'm actually looking for more hosts. So be Breaking the Mold is hiring.
Oh,
For
so
me.
it's
Yeah,
okay.
we're hiring.
It's that kind of thing.
I love my fans. I love my sponsors. But we are a growing business. It
Mhm.
does kind of get demanding, special and stuff like that happens, like it happened today in my family. And then I also have 12 shows I run by myself. Um,
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
I'm more than willing to help. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and about 4:30, 5 o'clock, if I can convince my mom to watch my kids like I am right now, I have time, so
We'll talk about that because there's other shows that we're actually coming out with. I actually think you'll fit. Um,
okay.
so
Yeah, no problem. No rush.
no, you're good. I appreciate the help. But we have amazing music coming to us. Just for this show that I've actually found today. Um, so definitely stay tuned. Um, it's mostly going to be rock music tonight because we did rap last time for Karen Share. Um, I want to stick with rock music this time. Each Karen Share will be a different genre that we can relate their lives to, and people are related through their music through. We also take song requests, so feel free to do that. Also, feel free to share this with anyone. Like I said, don't forget about the link that we've posted in the comments. If you like to jump on the show and you need someone to talk to or lean on or just tell your story, feel free to because we engage the fact that there's a lot going on in a lot of people's lives. And sometimes you just need someone to talk to, or resources, or somebody just to do an outreach. And that's what this show's about, as much as it is the music and the other talent that we have coming on. So at any time, even if it's in mid song, I will stop a song in order if anybody wants to pop up and talk to me and her. Because we've been there. We've both been addicts. We've both been struggling with life. So we know life's not easy. And we'll both get into our stories, which Brittany will start after this next song, with her story, so you guys can relate. So that gives her time. She's like, what the she didn't expect that. So I started the last time. So basically, this is like a huge AAA for anybody who wants help. We're here. If you don't catch our show and you catch it later on, look at it almost on YouTube. I dropped the link actually for our new YouTube page. It's underneath DJ Shadow. You just type in Karen Share and you'll find it on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitch. I'm sorry, everyone. For some reason, even though I own license and I tell everybody that I don't own rights to music, Facebook algorithm still mutes more than half of our show on Facebook. But then you can go to Twitch or YouTube and hear it in full with no mute. So that's amazing. So you definitely, I will actually share each link to each video for the Twitch and YouTube after the show, so you don't miss any of the music and miss anything we're saying or whoever spoke. So know that you will be heard. Everyone has a voice. Everyone's welcome. We don't cast judgment, no matter how fucked up it sounds. We're just here to help anybody who wants it. And I think right now this is a big thing. I actually talked to band STEM today, which I'm going to be playing their music next. I talked to STEM today, and they said they really love the fact that I'm coming up with shows like this and what I'm trying to do, and they wish that there was more people out there like us. And I thought that was phenomenal, coming from somebody who, has a career in music, and they're part of a huge part of the UFC. They do a lot of their music for them. So we're going to go ahead and play STEM and with their song Face the Pain. And then after this song, you get to hear what the hell that Brittany's been through and how she survived it and how she's moving forward. And then we'll do another song after you. And then I'll go ahead and tell my story. But for now, we're going to go ahead and play STEM with their song Face the Pain. Whoa.
You will never get to me. What has been done unto myself? I can slip away. Looking down and seeing what you looking for inside. Face the pain, face the pain, face the spirit in front of me. I'm seeing the image of myself. What the thing of drink for me? My soldiers are repenting. I can slip away. Looking down and seeing inside my Watch your rise, watch you fall. Watch your rise, watch you fall. No! No one alive to
So once again, that was the band STEM with their song "Face the Pain." If you're coming in, I am DJ Shadow. This is our share. This is our show, Karen Share. Basically, anybody who wants to talk about what's going on in your life, or you just need support, no. Even if you have to send us a private message to our Breaking the Mold, or even send one to Brittany, we are here for you. No one is ever alone now. There's all if we don't get to you right away, we'll most definitely have somebody from our staff being getting hold of you somehow. We've made this effort because we know we've had different families in two different counties close to me where the husband has shot the whole entire family and himself because of things like COVID, and they're just afraid they're not going to live. Or a gentleman shot his daughter because she had cancer, and he said it was a mercy killing. I think if these people had resources, somebody to talk to, someone not to judge them, a place where they can go, I think this would have worked out a lot better. A lot of the issues are all about money, and feeding your children, and sometimes finding diapers. I've looked up resources. I actually had a friend send me a program that lists almost everywhere, anywhere, their resources, so I can tell somebody if they need them. I'm telling you of a parent of 4 small children, 2 in diapers. I understand the struggle. You know that I've started this business with nothing. Um, and now I have a whole lot. I have people like Brittany that I've helped, and we talk, and she helps me out anytime I can. I've helped out other models' careers. I have amazing sponsors such as Brutal Business Entertainment, Nine Stitch Methods, Sepsis, First Angel Media. I have mentors in my life that are like parents. Hey, Amelia, how are you doing today? So we thank you for tuning in. We're here to help anyone we can possibly help. And if you don't want to talk about it in the show, because sometimes you're like fear of being in front of people and having them judge you kind of chases you away. Know right now that you will not be judged by any one of the hosts, any one of my special guests here on Breaking the Mold. We don't tolerate people downgrading people. We don't tolerate hatred. This is all about uniting humanity as a one. I don't care where you live. I don't care what color you are, what background you had, what's going on. Arms are open for everyone. And we appreciate you taking the time to come and view with us. So, Brittany, I want you to go ahead and when you're ready, you want me to go ahead and play one more song, and then when you're after that, you're ready, or?
I'm ready. I'm just putting my camera back on the tripod, and so I started with a different story last week, which was about my addiction. This week, just because I'm still struggling with it and I'm getting closer to my late fiance's anniversary of his death, I kind of wanted to talk about that one because I know a lot of people struggle with death. Um, I had found my fiance at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he was unresponsive. I did CPR. I finally realized that I couldn't do CPR because he had aspirated. So all I could do was, compulsions on his chest until medics arrived. And I was in such a panic that they literally had to pull me off of him and basically throw me in the hallway. And I had two police officers guarding me while I was sitting there screaming to go to him. Um, and I know people mourn differently, but I feel the hardest part to get over is the anger of it.
Like
And
what the fuck? Yeah.
exactly, like you were saying, like that you're more angry about it because, your cousin had the resources and stuff. And it's the anger that is so hard to get over. And I'm almost 2 years later, I'm still so angry, even though it was a complete accident. I'm still angry about it, and I don't know how to get over it myself. Just
The, but,
recently, I won't release names. I don't even know if she's in here. I doubt it, but just recently, I had a friend, a long life friend of about 15 years. She just lost her baby due to SIDS.
oh
And
no.
and she's at that point of the angry grieving, doesn't know how to get over it. And so, if anybody wants to come together and just, if you need to talk to me about it or breaking the mold, DJ Shadow, anybody, you know, our inboxes are open, come on the show. Any of that stuff. I can't see what that comment said at the moment. Yeah, it is. It is Amelia. Hi, by the way. um, it's and Amelia is probably one that has seen and I've talked to that it is very hard to get over. I have been into her. I've known her for a long time. Um, I'm kind of freezing up here, trying not to cry. But that led to my addiction. Which it started a little bit before that, just because I have a lot of health issues. So I was doing pills here and there. And then finally I was like, these aren't cutting it. So I went to heroin, and, I thought one little night of severe pain due to celiac disease and neuropathy and post Lyme disease and things like that, just to name a few. I thought the heroin, just one night of so much pain so that I could sleep would help. No, don't even do it for one little time. It turns into one time turns into a million times.
And then you're constantly hurting, and you're constantly gonna want more, and you're trying to kill a pain that's mentally not physical. Uh,
Exactly.
That was a big excuse that I used was because I had it. Like, have you heard my past? I'm gonna talk that when it's my turn.
Yeah.
But the best thing I can actually suggest is when you feel angry about it. I don't know if you write. I don't know if a lot of people write, but my wife has taught me this: write it down and then burn it. Make that pain real. Put all your emotion into what you're writing. Take it outside and burn it. It feels relieving.
That is a really good idea, and I might have to do that because I had my grandma die. A few days later, I had a friend die, and then a few days after that, my fiance died. So it was 3 deaths in a week, and the last time that I saw him was the day that I buried my grandmother. And that's a lot for a week.
Yeah.
And
And it
and
always
then
comes in 3 or 4s. So
yeah. And then 3 days later, 3 days, 20 days later, I found out I was pregnant. So I was like, oh shit, I got to get off all this. I got to get off my dope. I was doing fentanyl. I was doing heroin. I was whatever I could get my hands on. That's how bad it got. And like I said last time, this is only my second time openly admitting it, other than to very close people. And I'll be your biggest supporter of getting off of it, because I know that it's hard. I had, the sweats, the vomiting, you can't get up, you
shaking.
can't take care of your kids, yourself. I've been extremely blessed to have my mother and my mother-in-law um, be there for me, as well as my friends and family, select ones anyways. And it's so hard. I've never hit rock bottom, so to say. I've never been like homeless or
I have.
shooting up or anything like that. Yeah, because my mom's always been there for me. She'll never let me hit rock bottom as long as she's alive.
Yeah. And that
But
that's good to have though, because
it is.
everybody's said, everybody's probably going, yeah, it's easier. But
And
it's not.
yeah, people probably do think I have it easier than the next, because I do have my mom and she won't let me hit rock bottom. But you're right, it's not, because you have to be strong enough to get off of it. You have to be strong enough to go through those withdrawals instead of going back to just fix it all. That temporary fix of, oh, the withdrawals are gone, I'm good. But no, you just went back to something bad. You relapsed. And honestly, I've thought about it numerous times. July or June 14th, I got admitted to the psych ward because I tried to commit suicide. So
And that's kind of messed up, because like 2 weeks later is when I met you.
yeah, exactly. And I'm glad that it didn't fully take effect, which I kind of know my limits. I think personally, in the moment, I felt everybody would just be better without me. I didn't really want to die, so I don't think I took enough. If that makes sense, I don't know if it does. I guess if you struggle with it yourself, it'll make sense. But in reality, I know up here that I have my mom and my 3 babies that need me regardless. I'm clean. I've been clean for, I think, the beginning of 21 will be 2 years. Like the first month or two. And like I said, I thought about relapsing several times. It's very hard to stay clean. It's very hard to stay level-headed. The angry part of grieving is
It's still
the
there.
worst. Yeah, it's why couldn't you have took a pedophile instead of my loved one, who was a wonderful father, a great husband, all that good stuff. It's just it's hard.
Um,
And I've been on and off with different drugs since I was 14, whether it was just, smoking a little green, or if it was
okay,
all the way.
I'm gonna argue right there. Marijuana is not a drug.
It's not a drug. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's a
I've
plant.
I've never heard anybody overdose on marijuana.
No, I haven't either. It's just, classified. But well, these days it is, but it isn't. But whether it was smoking that or doing a pill here and there, or if it was, no matter what it was here and there, I've done it all.
Yeah.
I've done it all. I've done
But
everything except for shrooms. Yeah.
I've done everything. But not to cut you off, but we want to.
No, you're
I'm gonna bring Matt's comment actually up here.
okay.
Matt was a former meth user.
Yep.
He got therapy, and he said that he survived it because of his son Lucas and his faith in God. Well, congratulations. He said, I myself is facing suicidal thoughts as well as probably almost about a month ago. And thanks again for Brittany Nicole. She got me through it. It's definitely one of Earth's angels. So he's telling you thank you for your support. We want to tell you thank you for actually sharing this. That's what this show is about. Nobody's gonna. I'm glad that you came to the reality of your children had to come first, your child, and that you had something to lean on. A lot of people don't, especially with COVID now. You can't go around the same people that you could before because you don't want to get them sick or you don't want to get yourself sick. So a lot of people don't have options, and that's why I thought about this show, and I thought about it hard after doing my round. And then I see artists like Fritz, who goes live on Instagram and actually takes time out of his day because he recently just got sober.
Good,
So
good.
and he does his own recovery thing on his, and then I've seen a couple of the other artists do it, and I think it's amazing that they're taking time out of their lives to come on. So I figure, why not create a whole show where we can actually reach out and also, play good music. But
Yeah,
would you
yeah,
say
Matt.
that would you say that you were blinded by your rage? Every
I
time you get
was.
blinded by it. So that's a
I
good.
was very blinded.
So I have the perfect song for everyone to hear. It's by the band Then Falls the Sky.
Well,
The band.
real quick, I do want to say Matt is one of my really, really good friends.
Okay.
And Matt, I am so proud of you for coming to me. You know firsthand and can tell anybody else coming to me, I will talk you out of it. I will do and say whatever I have to. And I'm very proud of you, and thank you for sharing that as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you. Know this. Know that you're not alone. But what you should think when you have a suicidal thought is because I get it, I do it. Is what would happen if my child found me? How much more damage would I do?
Hold on,
It's
Daniel.
it's a lot easier to give up on life than it is to live it. Um, it's not a peach. It's not always easy. You don't always got great resources. You don't always got the great living situations. But know that now that we're up and going and we're going good, know that if you need someone to talk to, you can get a hold of any one of our hosts, and we'll definitely take the time out of our life to make sure that you're doing well. If this show helps, please let us know. Please share as much as you can with your groups, because when you're sharing this, there can be somebody out there that's going through the same thing that you're going through, and doesn't know that there's something like this going on where they can actually have an outreach. We want to be able to pull all the people up with our bare hands and make everyone happy. And it's not always going to be successful. And the only way this show is going to grow is through you amazing fans and people sharing it. And the more we share it, the more people that we can get in viewing that this can actually benefit. So, but like I was saying, I'm gonna actually the next song I'm gonna play is called "Blinded," and it's actually by the band Then Falls the Sky. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Once again, this song is "Blinded" because you were blinded by your rage of what happened, and then
Yeah, I definitely was.
and this is by the band Then Falls the Sky.
Okay, I'm gonna take my time.
We can change the world. You affect everything. This is the power of your mind. You are not just some minute creature who doesn't have an effect on anything. No, you're the whole universe, is what you are. You're everything.
So once again, that song was "Blinded" by the band called "Then Falls the Sky." Amazing song, especially for what you were going through. Just remember this: if you feel like you are useless and that you have no gifts to give anyone, remember that you are always have something to give to this world. Never give up on your dreams. If you really want if you have a small talent and you want it seen, come to Breaking the Mold. And that's what we're about. We're about having everyone have a spot, shining that light on them. And it doesn't matter if you think that somebody's going to totally hate it. Like I keep telling Brittany and everybody that works with us, 50 people can hate it, but there might be 300 people behind it that you're not seeing that appreciate you.
Yeah.
So Brittany is Tammy J is on. She's Brittany is my daughter-in-law. I would like to say that she has been there for me through my addiction, the loss of my son, her fiance, and through my recovery. I have now been clean for a year, and now she has been a great supporter for my recovery. Thank you, Brittany. So, Tammy, thank you for sharing your story. We apologize because I can't honestly say I know what it is to feel to the loss of a child. I know a lot of people have. My best friend's mom went through a really bad drug relapse. Her son was 14 years old, got smashed by a car. Got smashed by.
I always hit the wrong button, and yes, this is the mother-in-law I was talking about. And Mama, you're gonna make me cry. You know I'll always be there for you, and I love you.
So yeah, like I was telling her, I don't know the pain of losing a child, honestly myself, but I know my best friend's mom. I watched her go from being like having the perfect job, perfect life, everything was going well, and then my best friend got ran over by a car, smashed right in front of me. I had to go get her. She found her baby boy all smashed up and dead. And then she automatically fell off the rails. And when I mean fell, she threw herself straight down the fucking hole. And there was nobody can save her. She didn't see her other kids that was around. She kind of looked past them because she was just struck with grief. But what got her through it was my mom. My mom told her, you know what, you got other kids. And she's like, I don't understand the pain of losing a child, but I'll tell you this. He would not want you to give up on the siblings. So you're either going to lose all your kids or you're going to live with the loss of one and just be a better, do the best you can for the ones you have. And she straightened herself out. She went and got help. Now she's back to where she was, but right before when she lost. So you can always come out of a rut, especially when you have people cheering you on or straight up calling you on your bullshit. And that's sometimes what you need is somebody, hey, I get that life's hard. I get that this is going on, but it's just don't. Why are you gonna let something have control of you? Because that's all drugs are. Once you do them, especially like crack and meth and heroin, once you do a drug like that, you are no longer entitled to say you own yourself.
Yeah.
You don't. You belong to the habit.
Yep.
Your life belongs to that habit. Your lies belong to the habit. The pain you suffer now belongs to the habit. Your kids are no longer important because, once again, you belong to a habit.
Exactly. And that's to interrupt you, but that's what I told Tammy. Now Cody was her only son, but I told her that this one right here and my other two are her grandkids, and whether she lost Cody or not, you know, she needs them, and I'm her daughter, and she needs me, and you know. And so I told her, I was like, you get clean, and you know, I'll give you another chance. You got to get clean, and she did, and I'm proud of her. She's clean for a year and some days, and I hope that she stays that way.
Just keep the support group going. You're never going to truly get over that loss.
No, you don't.
Just know that you're bettering yourself for your granddaughter because your son can't be there, so he's expecting you to pick up the slack. He wants you to show your grandchild everything that he can't, and everything that you taught him growing up is now on you, and that's sad to say, but and it's also an amazing gift that you found out that you were pregnant by the man that you loved. So when you get mad about it, think about it like this. Yes, it was a shitty situation. It probably should have never happened, and it's sad that it did, but he gave you something unique, a person that you can pour all your love in, like you did him, and just keep on living. Oh, I love your fans. All right. So, yeah, thank you all for sharing your story. And then Amelia goes, the only non-drug that controls your life is children. Yes, they do. They control your life. You can be say, oh, you're the parent. The parent doesn't mean shit.
Right.
You want to watch TV, Dad? I want to watch Puppy Dog Pals. Fuck you. Click, click.
Exactly. It's like, okay. You win this time.
But thank you, everyone, for coming to share your story. This is exactly what this show is about. We want to be able to help people that are struggling. And before I go into my sad, sappy story, I'm going to go ahead and play another song that I found by amazing people. Or am I? This song is actually by the band Cryptic.
Okay.
This is by the band Cryptic, and this is their song 10 years from now.
This dominates with hatred which we stand in our prime. It's a heart people that sow seed from the which they planted and blind. Our country by its citizens, the easiest way to control is a lion to us, the most feared in each and every hole. The situation of humankind by which generate isn't right. We're global species and it's time to rise together and fight. This tyrannous government, which makes their business as we go, which really goes to rich why our government is simple. I think that I should change my fucking mind. Oh shit, I'm in over the line. You might be able to see it. I have to wait for years on what it takes. We'll bring the worst is dead. All the things we're doing will be whatever hurts you all around. This is my something stupid. Enemies surround us with nature. They see every day. Everyone there on our population. They creep on wars. Against each other for entertainment. They always live with their goddamn situation. I think God should keep on fucking mouth shut. Oh shit, I know what I am. It's fucking secrets from all the fucking mouth shut. You know that it's my time. It's in my oh shit, they need to know my name. 10 years from now, I'll surround them. We turn and try to just screaming up to the bottom. We call the oldest body. The only way not to survive a back and talking pill. They say just for freedom. They care for the fucking world. Dying like they do. Those rules, they go on living day by day. Like to the real with false flags to keep the rebellion at bay. These fucking pieces of shit explain and give this to detail. Fall to the tables. They have to keep the hell. I think I should keep my fucking mouth shut. Oh shit, I know what I am.
So that song was that band was Cryptid with their song 10 Years From Now. Before I go to my story, I'm actually gonna read what Matt said. Hey Tammy, thank you. There are two of the greatest ladies I've ever met. I'm glad I have came to my life. That was from Tammy. Thank you guys so much for showing up on the show tonight and sharing your stories. And Matt, Matt says he's always one phone call away if you ever need him. Friends and family. So this is exactly what Matt said. I have a big trust issue when it comes to women, but I've learned to trust a lot more because of women like Brittany and her mom. They definitely show me there are good, solid women out there, and I don't have to be afraid of the opposite sex of them. Now, Matt, I want to give you a lot of credit for putting your man pride ball sack away, because a lot of guys we have issues with going, oh, we're not going to say nothing because we don't have an issue because we're a guy. I hate to say we are the most fragile creatures alive compared to women. We don't cry. That's why women got more power, because they can show emotion more than men can. It's a proven fact, even scientifical, that women live longer because they express their emotions. So thank you for actually being honest about that. And I'll actually go into that when I go in my story. So, it's good that you in your life, because it matters. And don't you dare apologize for her crying. She's fine. I have 4 children. I'm just lucky that they're being quiet because they have electronics.
Yeah, she's getting hungry.
So thank you for taking time to coming to be on the show too. But I'm gonna play one more song, and then you get to hear my sad story. Also what happened today. And once again, if you're joining in, I'm DJ Shadow. And this is our Care and Share show. This is Brittany Bish. She is a model. So if you're definitely looking for somebody for a music video and or just doing some photo shoots for you, definitely most hit her up. You can hit her up here on Facebook. You can also hit her up on Instagram. Um, you'll see her pictures with on our YouTube pages, Facebook, and our Twitch. So you'll always catch her there. She's going to be a future host here at Breaking the Mold within the next 2 weeks. So definitely keep an eye out for her. So it's anything about. We couldn't have Tamara tonight because lack of funds. She can't hook up like she normally does with us. So she's over here live with us on Instagram. So we appreciate that. Once again, don't forget about the link that I posted here. I'll go ahead and post it again for you guys to know if you want to come on live with us, you can. This is the one show that I try to make sure everyone gets a chance. If they want to come on live, they can. So the link that's coming up now is the link to come on the live show with us. So you can talk to us like person to person. You can ask Brittany. The only time we don't talk is during songs, but if I get a request for talk to us and share their story, I most definitely will add you to the show. Because, like I said, this is for everyone who wants to help, wants to know somebody's there. Will Breaking said Anthony Hawkins give a high five, or so definitely waving. Thank you guys for coming to be a part of the show. It means a lot to us. Just know that I am DJ Shadow. This is Brittany. This is Breaking the Mold. This is our Care and Share show. Basically, it's an outreach program for anybody who wants to talk about what's going on in their life or just needs somebody to relate to. And you also listen to amazing music as well. We choose a different genre for each Care and Share week. We did R&B last week. This week we're doing metal and rock and roll. Next week is going to probably be like folklore music. Just every Care and Share is going to be different because so everyone has something they can relate to. So I'm going to go ahead and play another song. We just gotta find it first. I keep telling you guys, and then I don't even find it. So this is the song I'm gonna play right now. Once again, let me say this for like 50,000th time. We do not own rights to this music. We are just a platform to help bands get noticed and grow their fans. They enjoy fans as much as they do their family. So, and we're the same way. So once you become a fan, you're no longer a fan, you're family. Especially here at Breaking the Mold. So we appreciate every one of you, and you'll get to hear my sad, sappy story in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and play the song by WE, who is actually from Columbus. Used to be, I don't know if he still is, from Columbus, Ohio. And this is his song, Broken.
I'm so high, I should be smoking. But I got a lot on my mind, just trying to cope with. Feeling so hopeless, why my eyes open? Using my dosage, and I'm so high, I shouldn't be smoking. But I got a lot on my mind, just trying to cope with. Feeling so hopeless, why my eyes open? I'm using my dosage, I don't know if you notice. I don't know if this life is worth living. Is there anyone with me? I keep throwing up all of my guts, my whole stomach is empty. Thinking a fix was gonna fix me, I'm trippy. I think I need to stop smoking and stop water sipping. I'm lacking the truth. If your demons around me, I know that they're listening. I hang with the fiends, I'm feeling so hopeless. I don't like to be close to this world full of roaches. I'm high if you notice. I've been smoking, praying for God, Mary and Moses, coping off drugs. I've been seeing my dosage. You falling in love? I step on your roses, keep my double cup full of that magic potion, and I am so broken. Eyes are so swollen from crying and moping. I'm lonely, but my arms are wide open. You ask what I'm snoring, you acting all nosy, and I'm leaning on Conan, but you can lean on me when you feel like you just want to die. Just have faith in the music, we all going through it. I'm so high, I shouldn't be smoking. I got a lot on my mind, just trying to cope with. Feeling so hopeless, so I keep my arms open. Using my dosage, I don't know if you notice. And I'm so high, shouldn't be smoking. But I got a lot on my mind, just trying to cope with. Feeling so hopeless, so I keep my arms open. Abusing my dosage, I don't know if you notice. I'm broken, you can lean on me. 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 I don't know who to trust on this planet. I'm running around frantic. Had a mate on the rings, I be dancing. But sometimes I panic and sometimes I'm scared. It's not fair, this is life I was handed. Woke up to a spirit, but I could not fear it, it vanished. And it was my father. Damn it, I'm so tired, I should be sleeping. But with all of this shit on my mind, all I need is one reason to jump off that deep end. And most of my dreams has been driving me crazy, but it's been a hell of a ride. None in my mouth, boy, I'm ready to die. I'm so high, I shouldn't be smoking, but I got a lot on my mind, just trying to cope with. Feeling so hopeless, so I keep my arms open. Abusing my dosage, I don't know if you notice. I'm so high, I shouldn't be smoking, but I got a lot on my mind, just trying to cope with. Feeling so hopeless, so I keep my arms open. Abusing my dosage, I don't know if you notice. I'm broken.
So I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's not rock and metal," but the reason why I play this song is I relate to it a lot. Yes, I'm DJ Shadow, and my mom got pregnant with me by a loser. Um, Worst piece of shit you ever want to call a man. He went off and got almost everybody pregnant between Trumbull County and Mahoney County at the same time. So he has like close to 28 children and counting. I'm having siblings coming out the woodwork. Like, you're related to our dad. Do you know him? I knew him as my uncle up to the time my dad died. My mom hid the whole existence of him because how much of a piece of shit he was. So I grew not, but at the same time, my dad just died, and I was like 12, and I'm like, now I don't trust my mom because now she's lied to me my whole life. And then she ended up getting tricked. She was heartbroken because she was with my dad. Since she was really young, they got married because she recently just had me. So she did what the family expected her to do. They expected her to get married, so she did. Because back in that time, if you weren't married and you had a child, you were a piece of shit, a whore, blah blah blah. Women were downgraded a lot more back then than they are now. So she went with the old method of marrying somebody, and she ended up marrying my dad. And then my dad was a good guy. He was a truck driver. Even though he had his faults, he kept food on the table and clothes and tried to keep people happy up to the time he died. And then, so because she was heartbroken and lost and not used to not having somebody, she was with this man for 25 years. So she ends up hooking up with another piece of shit who is freshly out of prison but doesn't tell her why, and takes advantage of her, uses all the money from my dad's funeral, and then also molests me from like 12 to 14. I thought it was my mom's fault because as a child, you think that your parents are supposed to know everything, especially when it comes to that, so you don't talk about it. So I grew to hate her because my dad died. She moved this asshole in. Now this is happening to me. Now we're broke and I'm being raped. So I thought it'd be better to move into my uncle's house. Yay, so much better. I'm going to get away from it, right? Fuck no. He treated his children like we were worse than a piece of shit in the bottom of your shoe. He beat us. He locked us outside on like frigid nights, and we live up in like the snow belt of Ohio, closer to Lake Erie. So you can imagine how the winters were. Um, we weren't allowed in the house for showers for school. So you can only imagine how school life was, because now you're a fat kid in school smelling like ass. And now you have anger issues on top of it, because now you have no escape, because you think escape is school. And don't get me wrong, the staff was amazing. I don't think I would have made it as a teenager as far as I did it if it wasn't for the staff at Bloomfield High School, North Bloomfield High School over here in North Bloomfield, because they fed me. The lunch ladies fed me. The principal helped me run away when I first met my wife, which was my girlfriend at the time. She was 13. I was 16. My principal told me he will help me run away as long as I kept going to school, so I did, just to get away from my family. Eventually, my girlfriend's mom found me in the closet living for like 2 weeks. The only reason why she knew it was in the house is because the house was clean. None of the other children that lived here clean, so it was odd. And then she'd go to look through my wife's closet, and then we met nose to nose, and I screamed like it was a Home Alone movie. So I was like E.T. in a closet. And then she took me in, and matter of fact, I'm still in the same house I've been in. I met this girl 16 years ago. I'm still with the same woman. She was with me. We were torn away from each other by our families, because my family had some issues. Not my mom, but more like my aunt and uncle. They didn't like her because I was escaping. I wasn't going to let what was happening happen to me. But in the process, before I met my wife, I used to smoke crack a lot. I mean, like, I would go up to somebody's house, steal their bike, take down the street to the gentleman, and be like, "Hey, I just need a little. You know who my family is, blah blah blah." And they would hook me up, and I was only 15. Now, I was smoking crack. That didn't do too well. I kept getting that foamy shit in my throat. Didn't like it, so I moved up to heroin. I did heroin from 16 until I met my wife, and then we quit, and then I became a pill addict from 16 to 18. And then we had some shit happen, so I had to separate from my girlfriend at the time, which is my wife. And then I turned back to heroin, and I was on heroin up until I was like 20 years old. And I was homeless. I had nowhere to go. I sold everything I ever had. My family took all the books and stuff my mother built throughout the years with baby pictures and stuff like that and burned it all. They erased you every time you made a mistake. The only time you were any good to any of them is when you had something they wanted. So I literally had like no one. And then I got back with my wife, and my wife's like, "Quit fucking running away from your problems." She says, that's step one. Stop running. Quit making excuses. You came from a shitty place. Why not make it better? Because even before the drugs took control, I never knew what control was. I was constantly abused, battered, raped. I was sold to people to do work like I was a dog. I swear to God, the horses ate better than I did. So I get where the non-trust of the female sex is, but that's the same way of telling a woman she can't judge a guy, because there are better guys out there. You can't classify one gender due to the fuck ups of like 20 people. What I can suggest to you is, if you have that problem, that fear, the best way to get over it is explore. And what I mean by explore is, instead of automatically, "Oh my God, that bitch is acting that way. Oh, I don't want to." The way my wife had me understand it is this: in order for yourself not to let those people control you that did you wrong, you'll need to move on. Don't forget, forgive. And the reason why, and it's hard, I'm still working on it. And the reason why I say forgive is because if you don't forgive them at some point, you still let them have control. They're still acting out through your actions. They're still making your decisions. Everything that you don't want to be, everything that you don't want to do, you end up doing, because it's so much easier to follow the same shit circle than it is to take a V line and actually become yourself. And my wife has imbued that with me. And then I'm saying I'm not perfect at all. I've been sober for the last 8 years. because as soon as I had my daughter, my wife said, either you get your shit together or you can just get the fuck out, because I'm getting my shit together, and you're either going to be a dad and be in your child's life the way you should be, or you're going to have to go do something. So she stuck through it. I didn't go through a clinic. I didn't go through getting those bars on my tongue. It hurt.
Yeah.
I went through my body trying to shut down on me. I went through puking my guts out from morning to night. I went through me fucking trying to slug my wife, who is, you see how big of I am. That woman threw my fat ass across the fucking house. She was only like 5'3" and maybe weighs 120 pounds. Threw me like a fucking missile across the house. But she never gave up on me. And that's what matters. And Matt, this is to you. Oh, look, Tamara might be getting on. Oh, look, there she is.
Yay.
Yay, she got internet. So, so like I was saying about my story is there's a lot of shitty things that happened. And I was working. COVID happened. I lost my job. The matter of fact thing is I was laid off due to the whole COVID thing happening, and then the temp agency company that I was going through called me and fired me during it because they didn't want to pay me unemployment. So then you can imagine how that was. The drugs came so easy. Oh man, I got this $20 that I can go down and get me a hit, go get me some boy, and I'd be good, right? My wife's like, if you take that $20 and go out this fucking house acting stupid, I'm gonna find you, no matter where you are, grab you by your dick and drag you home. So I'm like, oh, I can't fuck up. And so I started this. I believe that I believe I have a great potential in this business. My whole thing is to help everyone else not feel alone, to see that their gifts that they think that's not good enough for the world, it really is. And it just takes somebody saying, hey, you are beautiful. Quit fucking, oh, you're fat. You're not. Take your talents and use them. For instance, like Tamara over here, who finally joined in, this was a woman who is a mother who works, who was just a fan at first. And I'm like, you're a model, right? You're going to come through? And she's like, nobody's going to look at me. I'm like, give me a picture. She's like, okay, I'll give you a picture. She's like, well, if it gets at least 10 views, I will think about it. And then I was like, watch this. 252 views later, and this woman has a photo shoot in the next couple of weeks. Going back to her passion. Look at Brittany. Brittany does modeling too. She goes, people are not going to want to look at me. Okay, the people who say they don't want to look at you are disgusted with themselves in some form, and it's so easier to judge somebody and be keyboard warriors compared to actually doing what you're doing. Because as a model, not only are they trying to attract fans, but they also, and it's sad to say, as a woman, they attract some of the bad fans. They attract people who only want them because they have girl parts. And it's demeaning, and especially for a model, because a model, when they go, it's not just, oh my God, it's a selfie. It's they're putting the raw emotion into body movement, acting, the photography, the background, what they're trying to do. And people just think, oh, they're just hot, so they took a picture and now they're a model. No, there's steps that they have to take for themselves in order to become successful. And so, like I was saying, so yeah, Matt sounds like, well, my dad is. Oh man, yeah. Like, and the bad thing is thank you, Matt, for relating. And get back off that topic. Back to what I'm trying to say is your past can be the most shitball thing that anyone has ever seen. And but know this: what happened to you happened in the past. It sucks. It wasn't fair. Life's not fair. Everyone knows this. But also know that you're not alone in this problem. Know that there's different routes of taking it, and there's 3 ways that you can change your life. The three bad ways is you can take what happened to you and let it control you. That's the first fuck up. The second fuck up is you can say, "Oh, I'm not going to be like them. I'm going to be better. I'm not going to do nothing that," and then you end up doing the same exact shit to everyone around you that you've done, that happened to you. So you become a repeater, or you get the third type of person, which becomes a defender, and that's what most people turn into. That hey, this is that my life was so fucked up. I will never, ever, ever become the people that wronged me in my life. And that's what you got to keep in your head. And I know it's hard. I know a lot of people to lean on. That's why I made this show. And this show is for people to care and relate and be able to tell their story and be a part of getting the help. And tell you, I am 32 years old. I started my own business. This was originally starting off slow, so people think that we're not famous. We had 30,000 fans on our first Breaking the Mold page. I got that by myself in 2 months. So if you put yourself first, and I'm not saying when I say first, I don't mean before your children and everything else. When I mean first, instead of letting everything that is the doubt that sits in your head, the mistakes you've made, the things that are going on, you just let it sit and fucking fester. All you do is punish yourself. Now, especially when you're in a relationship, and this is hard for a guy, it's hard for us to talk about our emotions, especially when you were trained like I was. If you had emotions, you got your ass whooped. There's no crying for pussies. That's a pussy move. You don't act like a pussy, and that's why it's wrong. It's guys are supposed to be strong and blah blah blah. That is bullshit. That is bullshit training. It's programming of the mind. And when I say bullshit, yes, you're supposed to be strong, but you're also supposed to be responsible. And what I mean by responsible is responsible for your feelings, how you're acting out, how you are dealing with what is going on in your life. You are responsible, not the people that treated you like shit. They already did what they did. They already left their imprint on you. It's up to you to make that change. It's up to you to take life by the balls and be like, hey, this is what happened to me. All this long list of shit. But this is what I have to offer the world. And then you offer it. You don't back out on it. You don't give up. Oh, somebody unfollowed me. Oops, I'm just going to quit breaking the mold. No. My goal is to reach the world. My goal is to have a show every day of the week, let alone 2 shows a week. I don't care how many shows I have to host myself personally. I made a promise when I started this, not only to myself, but to the world. I'm going to shine the light on whoever has the talent, whoever does music, whoever does art, any type of talent you have, we're going to expose you for it. We're going to be there for you. And then they came up with the Care and Share show, and that's what we are on today. And we're going to play amazing music in a minute. But it's to help have a place where every person in this world can come and be themselves. Seek help if you need it. Seek networking if you need it. That's what we're here. We're here about building humanity. It is sad to say that there's a lot going on where we don't. We see a lady on TV that's skinny. She has perfect face, perfect body. Oh, she's hot. What people are not understanding is that there's so many flaws to everyone. That's a lot of camera magic.
Yeah.
That's computer work. That's camera. That's not always somebody's true form. And at Breaking the Mold, all you're going to get is our true form.
Yeah.
And we're here to help anyone we possibly can. And it's not only mind over matter, Matt, which I see what you wrote. I'm not ignoring you guys. So thank you guys. Yeah. What I'm trying to tell you is it's not mind over matter. It's yourself over yourself. Do you like to be where you are? Do you like to be stuck? Do you like to feel the constant regret and pain of every decision you've ever made? Or are you going to do something about it? Are you going to get off your ass and fix it? Or are you going to let everybody in your whole life just sit in this big circle and not get nowhere? And And that's why I built this show. I want people to come and express themselves. I want people to say they need help. I want somebody to, understand that we are actually honestly here for you, no matter what show it is. If I get a text, for instance, from you, Matt, saying, "Hey, I had a rough day. This is what's running through my head." I don't care if I'm unleashing the bats on Tuesday. I will still talk to you. It might not be right that moment, but I will get back to you shortly. If I won't get back to you, I will get a hold of Brittany, and Brittany will get a hold of you. If I can't get a hold of you, Tamara will get a hold of you. If I can't, you got Sam Thorne, you got Mel Skinner. We have two new hosts that I can't. We got Violet's Puzzle. She'll talk to you. Her producer, which is her mom, is Carrie Oviet. You could talk to her. You could talk to Dorothy Gray, which is my wife's profile. You can talk with them. It's all about doing outreach instead of tearing each other apart because he's black and this is what happened. No, on here is I don't see no color. I see he has issues. He needs help because that's what it's all about. We're about helping people on the show, and I think that the more the show goes on, the more fans are going to come part of it. And I want more and more people to understand that I'm not a famous dude. I'm sitting at home doing this. I believed in myself. I believe in humanity. I believe that if there is a place like I am making, that people have a chance to stop, be able to breathe, and enjoy the beauty of life. Like, what happens if you look at your neighbor and not understand that he looks like a dickhead, right? He looks like he has too many problems. But here, he is a struggling father or two, and he's an artist. Just doesn't know how to get his art out there. Now he does. So that's what we're about. And we want to help. My whole goal is to eventually be able to say, hey, I helped this many people, and then we're going to actually have a show with, and that show's going to be a year from now. We're going to bring on everybody who've helped out there throughout the years and throughout the year for that show. But like I talked to the band STEM today. I played their song earlier. They said they were glad that there's places like they're so happy that I'm doing what I'm doing. Keep up the good fight. Bands like Sepsis that are totally supportive. We got Sarah over here who is going to be seeing here. I'm keeping her a secret because she's coming on the Underground show. She's actually a new host. Very strong and powerful, beautiful, talented woman who will actually be a part of the Breaking Mold scene. So there's a lot coming, and I know that a lot of the shows don't fit to everyone, but we have 14 more shows coming out next week on top of what we're already doing. So you can understand that we're making a place where everyone can feel comfortable. And thank you for that. The best show I definitely happily attended. Thank you, Matt, for saying that. I'm gonna bring that up here for everyone to see. Thank you, Matt. This show is for everyone. You guys are just as special as any special guest I have on the show. All the people I do invite to the show are so much about what I'm doing. You'll never have somebody like treat you like shit. These girls have been part of the interview that I had with JJ Hollow. He was he was amazing, wasn't he? No disrespectful. Yeah. He answered everybody's questions. He was in on it, and he's a part of Brutal Business. If you like the rap scene, definitely go check out JJ Hollow. The week before that, we had Bella Rotten from Brutal Business, the model side of that. Bella Rotten, amazing talent. She's been doing modeling for quite a while now. And she's part of the Brutal Babes, so you can definitely check them out. But we had an interview with her, and she enjoys what we're doing, and that's the reason why Nine Stitch Method and Brutal Business became our sponsors, because they enjoy and see the future and what we're doing. So thank you guys for showing up, and just remember to keep sharing this, because we might be able to reach somebody that actually needs this tonight. They say that every 15 minutes, almost 25 people kill themselves. Mm-hmm. That's every 15 minutes, somebody harms themselves in some way because they don't have an outlet. Um, I think a lot of the times is people are so easy. It's so easy to tear down another person than it is to help, and that's not ever going to happen here because we won't allow it. So going on I'm going to go ahead and play some great music. This is by Project Gloria, and this is their song Almost Human. What was it? So that was Project Gloria, Almost Human. You know who they sound like to me? It almost sounds like Korn.
A little bit.
Yeah, like the voice when you can hear them.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I think that's an amazing new band. We actually have a song request. This is the band Relinquish with their song "Don't Make a Wrong Decision."
Okay.
So yeah, that was relinquished. Don't make a wrong decision. That was a request over here. So that post I showed you, that was my mother coming to actually be a part of the show. She's the woman I told you that she was abused. She was mentally and physically abused as a younger child. She had to take on parenting her siblings sometimes. She's been through the fucking ringer and back. So definitely, if you know, even she says, some people need to talk. So before we start with Tamara's story, there's one more song I want to play, and then we're gonna go ahead and have Tamara go ahead and tell you about what she's been through. And then that'll be amazing. Then we'll read some more of the comments from the background. Oh. So thank you guys for these messages in the background. I just now read them. The next band I'm going to show you is Dying Desolation. They're actually from Ohio too. An amazing band. Definitely want to look them up. If you didn't hear me, that is Dying Desolation. We're going to be playing their song Tick because I think it relates with the show. Just listen to the lyrics. Definitely want to turn up your radio if you love rock and roll and metal. So this is Dying Desolation with their song Tick, and then after that, we're going to be doing Tamara's story. So that was Dying Desolation with their song Tick. Tamara, your turn. Tag, you're it.
All right, so as some of you already know, I was mentally and physically abused as a child. I grew up
They
hating
don't know.
myself.
Tamara, wait 1 second. They don't know. These are new people.
Are they new people?
Yes.
Okay, well, now you know. So I was abused, and I grew up absolutely hating myself in and out of homes. I used to couch hop. I did that ever since the age of 12, actually. Um, I got on some hard drugs, uh, methamphetamine. I said 10 years last time. I was thinking of how long I've been married. It's actually 7 years I have been clean. So I'm very proud of myself. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, but right now I am at a place that I can say, and I can honestly say this, I am happier than most. Uh, right now I'm going through a lot with my marriage. I'm having some problems here. Uh, I'm trying, man. I'm still trying. I'm not perfect, and nobody will be, and nobody ever is. So here I am.
So what's going on? Like you guys just fighting a lot.
Yeah,
Money
bad.
stuff. Is it because the money's tight?
Um, he had a mental breakdown, and I'm about to get real personal here. Is everybody ready for this? 6 years ago, he ended up cheating on me, and he kept it in for 6 years. And I'm just learning that he did this. So that's caused a lot of tension in our relationship and marriage.
Okay, I'm gonna give you. I'm not trying to interrupt your story because that I did the worst thing possible. I actually cheated on my wife in front of my wife. Uh,
Wow.
okay, this woman who seen me through being a drug addict, who was through me with, she stuck with me through being a drug addict. She stuck through with me, still struggling with my past. She still stuck with me through me beating her ass while being high. She stuck with me through cheating on her. I'm not just one time. I was such a fucking piece of shit. I would do it purposely, just to see if she would leave. Because I'm so used to
Wow.
people saying that they love me that they didn't, I just didn't give a fuck. And then she still stayed. And now
I don't see you doing that. That's so weird.
that's where I don't want anybody to get the deception. I am not perfect. I had to grow up, and if it wasn't for my wife being the strong woman she is and how much bullshit she tolerates, I'd probably be dead because I'm so used to doing self destruction. Um,
Right.
I'm I'm better at tearing things apart than I was building it, and that's why I'm able to do this stuff for everyone and have my own business and have stuff because my wife is stuck through it with me. And even though it was wrong, and she disagrees with it, um, she disagreed with every moment of it. She never enjoyed it. I beat her down emotionally and physically in any way possible. I tried to see how far I could push her into leaving. Um, I did it so long. I did it for so many years. She finally was like, "Hey, you know what? Fuck you, asshole. How does this feel?" I took and made it so much worse than what I did, and because in my mind, what it was so much worse that she did it because she was supposed to not do it, and then
Right. Right.
and and this my suggestion is if he owned up to it, and you guys truly love each other, because this is what my wife said to me: if you truly love each other, you will be able to work through it. Because yes, he fucked up. Yes, he lied. But the
And I'm not
only
even mad about it though. The thing is, it's like,
and you're the first woman ever to hear that she got cheated on. That's just not mad. There's got to be some type of emotion that you're not being able to let yourself see. And I know it's gonna be. You might not be mad now, but it's gonna be a fight later on. Like let's just say everything goes well. 5 months down the road, you're gonna have an argument, and it's just gonna come to from the back of your head to the front, and everything's just gonna flow out of your mouth.
Are you mad because you're used to it, or it's
no,
expected or
no.
something?
I don't know if I'm just in a numb place right now. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm gonna, Shadow said, here in a month or two, I'm gonna end up having this explosive, I don't
But
know,
that's
emotion come out. I don't
see, but the whole
know.
thing. Catch that before that happens, because if he, and I'm not saying what he did was not right. What I am trying to say is, um, he put himself in a shitty predicament. It's on him. Now he's already has to live with the guilt. The fucking, I'm telling you the guy's point of view. Once we finally get our adult pants on, we start to figure out, we start to have our emotions coming to us. And the first thing a guy does with emotions is go, fuck it. And they get mad and they explode. And they're like, oh, blah, 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 it's all your, because it's not our fault.
Right.
And then when we're by ourselves, we're like, oh, fuck, we just fucked up again. Now we made it worse because our mouth overrode what was really filling, and we feel disgusted. Um, for a person who genuinely cares about the person that you're with, you feel disgusted. You feel like you let them down in every way possible. Um, you know that you know that you fucked up, and it will stay with you that you fucked up. What
Absolutely.
makes the fights worse is yes, he fucked up, but don't ever throw it in his face if he's trying to do better, because that's like telling an addict who is staying clean hey, you used to do heroin. You're a fuck up. You ain't gonna amount to nothing.
Absolutely.
And that's the same concept when it comes to that. I'm not saying, hey, totally forgive them, but if you guys have a marriage that's been together for so long, and you really truly think that you guys love each other, instead of taking the
I
path
have,
of destruction,
I have,
instead of taking the path of destruction, seek the help.
right, right. But I've already forgiven him. I mean, that's what I've had no emotion. And then that's not good. I know there's something that's off
You're still
there.
in shock.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might be. It might be. So
I think you're so used to having everyone treat you like shit from your past that you're just, if he does it, he does it.
that could be it too,
And
honestly.
honestly, that's not healthy for yourself either. Because once again, like my wife let me do so much bad shit and she stayed with me. But now, since she's got her adult pants on and I got my shit together, she beats my ass into shape. If I would ever think to touch another woman, she'd rip my dick off and beat me with it. I mean, I have been with this woman for 16 years, and she's the only one that's been faithful. So,
You're lucky. You're blessed.
yeah, I was blessed with an angel from hell
Yes.
sometimes, but an angel. but
You really were.
I appreciate you guys all for showing up tonight for the show. Tamara and Brittany, thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you, Matt, and everybody for coming and sharing your stories as well. We will be doing this show every weekend at it's going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I will definitely make sure I'm here unless I have something like that happen. If I could put my 2 cents in for you, Tamara. Here, Tamara, I need you to read this from Amelia.
Yeah, you do.
See, I don't know if I don't know. I don't think I'm hurt. I don't know.
You
It'll
still,
I
come.
mean,
it'll come. You still need to sit down and see why he did it if you haven't already. I know her in person. I've known her since
Before you
what's it
fucked up,
been?
right?
Maybe middle school. Um, I went to her for a lot of things. She gives really good advice. She's been in a lot of similar situations. I agree with her too. Yeah, middle school. That's what I thought. I wasn't sure if it was Galloway or if it was just middle. But I mean, you've got to be curious anyways of why he did it, right? Or no?
the damage has already been done, and
See,
You
really,
just want to put it behind you.
yeah.
sorry to cut you off. Here's Matt's story. All right. Me and my son's mother separated 10 months ago. She chose her choice was a drug user over me. Most importantly, our son as well. Well, before I read that any further, if she
I
had
want
a
to add
habit.
he left her.
Oh yeah, wait 1 second.
Okay.
Before you add to that, if she had a habit, it's not because she chose him because he has a better whatever he has to give her. It's because he has what she needs. It's nothing more. Is that because once you have a habit, if I hate to say it, back then if I was a woman and I had this habit, no offense to women, but if I had this habit, I would have had it every day. You know what I mean? Because there's guys out there be like, they hook women on it, they have what they need, and they just support that bad habit, but treat them like shit.
Right, right.
At first, it's I'm gonna be you're gonna be my baby girl, and I'm gonna take care of you, and here's some dope. Now it's, hey bitch, man, you owe me $20. Go out and do something for it.
Right, exactly.
So don't.
It's
And it's sad to see that sometimes parents who are addicts don't have that strength to choose their children. And yes, at some fault, you have a right to be angry, but at the same time, try to understand where she's coming from. Because how many bad things happened to her in her life that she's still stuck in that shit circle that she can't see a way out. So she went the easy route. Now she's with the person who supplies it, and that's sad. And that's what the show is for people to come in and seek help. So and I'm actually later on I'm going to be posting up on our Breaking the Mold pages like different counseling places to go, our contact info. I'm actually going to be posting the show. The show's actually live right now on Twitch and YouTube. I'll be posting both those videos in case you missed any of the music or what's going on, because Facebook does mute us after we're done being live. But you can actually see the full shows there, and I'll post the links on our Breaking the Mold X page. But thank you guys for coming tonight. We appreciate every one of you. You'll always see these girls on every single one of my shows because they are support. They're very supportive of what I do. I'm very supportive of what they do. I'm very supportive of what everyone does. So just remember that if you have a talent or gift and you like to become part of the show. Wait a second. Amelia said, I had an ex-husband that cheated, and he would swear he never would, but when I cheated, he hated me. See, I was the same exact way I was the same exact way, and it's a guy thing. It's our pride. Oh, she did it. How could she do it? And it's not fair to be so judgmental because both sides are fucked up. Just guys have more of a problem admitting it, especially when and honestly, the reason why I was doing it wasn't even because of the sex. It was more seeing how much shit I can do before she ran away. Because I didn't understand that someone can love you so much that they're willing to go through hell and back. I thought that was just in songs.
I have a habit of pushing away too.
And that's what's happening. And it's not like it's a personal choice. We don't want to do it all the time. We don't want to be a fuck up. But sometimes it's just easier to be a fuck up than it is. See, read this from my mother.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
She is.
And but like I said, as it just depends on if you really want the relationship to work on that matter. Marriage counseling does not work. I'm going to tell you that right now. The reason why it doesn't work is because you're going to stick a man in a room to talk about his feelings, and most likely it's going to be a female counselor. If it's not, it's going to be another man counselor who's a judgmental asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
The best way to do it is if you have friends from the female end sex that you guys are both friends with and trust, have them in the room when you talk about it. So he doesn't only see your side, but he sees the female side.
Third party.
You guys both can express your feelings, but at the same time, you both have somebody there that you could both turn to and get the understanding about instead of just automatically jumping on what the fuck, So we're gonna end tonight's show with that, and I'll see you. Don't forget, tomorrow is our country show for all you country fans. That is at 3 p.m. That's from 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. It's now a 2-hour show. Tamara Brittany, Neil Skinner said you guys are welcome on that with him as well. Don't forget, he's still new too, so that show's Living Life. But before we go, we're gonna play one last song by an amazing artist that actually this song means a lot to me. And I think without my wife, without his wife, he wouldn't have made it. Without his daughter, he wouldn't have made it. And without my kids or my wife, I wouldn't be here doing this. So this is Jelly Roll with his song "Save Me," and
It's
Jake from State Farm first. But now, so this is Jelly Roll with his song "Save Me" from his new unreleased video. So this is the last song. I hope you guys enjoyed the show and enjoy the music.
spent so long living in hell. They say my lifestyle is bad for my health. It's the only thing that seems to help. All of this drinking and smoking is hopeless, but feel like it's all that I need. Something inside of me's broken. I hold on to anything that sets me free. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams. What if the night sky was missing the moon? There were no shooting stars to use wishing on you. And all of my sorrows, I just watched them down. It's the only peace I've ever found. All of this drinking and smoking is hopeless, but feel like it's all that I need. Something inside of me's broken. I hold on to anything that sets me free. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams. I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams.